From Yahoo, Huffington Post, Jenna Ellis mocked for invoking God after getting indicted. Well, let her invoke whatever she wants to invoke. She tweeted, "The Democrats and the Fulton County DA are criminalizing the practice of law. I am resolved to trust the Lord, and I will simply continue to honor, praise, and serve him. I am deeply appreciative of all my friends who have reached out offering encouragement and support." Jenna Ellis was a lawyer for Trump. Now she's getting roasted by Trump's most ardent supporters. We've got this tweet from Laura Loomer. Professional liar and Trump backstabber Jenna Ellis was indicted last night. For the last several months, she has been attacking Donald Trump online with Team DeSantis. She betrayed Donald Trump. I personally think she intentionally sabotaged him because I can't fathom how anyone can be as stupid as she is, and decided to support Ron DeSantis instead. She's been attacking Trump online for having his PAC pay his legal fees, even though his supporters are more than happy to donate to the cause. Jenna has called Trump supporters grifters, and she's been retweeting other DeSantis supporters who attack Donald Trump. Now she is crying online, begging Trump supporters to donate to her legal defense fund. Laura goes on and calls her vile and a liar, but I do think it's really interesting. I'm not going to say I can speak for Jenna Ellis personally, specifically. I have no idea. But there are many people who, hey, go look at their YouTube videos, go look at things they said when they were guests on TV shows, who advocated for action on January 6th, who advocated for Donald Trump's legal actions, who advocated for alternate slates of electors and all of these things, directly demanding it be done, saying that people should occupy or people should do this, that, or otherwise. How long do you think until Democrats in various jurisdictions start going after them, saying that they were inciting and encouraging, and those that were in communication with Donald Trump were acting in furtherance of the conspiracy?
Well, my thought is, it's tough to tell, but what they want is Donald Trump to not be president and for there to be order across the United States. So if they start persecuting the population, I think that will serve as a breakdown of order. I don't know how far, like when you get what you want, you don't want to take any more than that. You got enough.
Mm-hmm. You're saying that they fear they could go too far?
Yes.
I'm not so sure.
I don't think they care how far they go.
We have not seen an instance of de-escalation.
Yeah, I was just going to say, where's the off ramp? What's the off ramp? What is the thing that makes someone say we don't escalate? We don't take it to the next obvious level.
Federal law enforcement raided the home of some woman in Alaska because she looked like another woman who went into the Capitol. If they are willing to there's a man locked up right now. It's been two and a half years without charge or trial because he won't disavow Donald Trump. He's in DC in prison. If they're willing to do that to random people, are you saying that they would just decide well, this guy's got 1 million followers on Twitter or whatever, and he was telling people to go there and engage in this behavior? You think they're going to ignore Alex Jones?
Well, if random,
Alex Jones was leading one of the rallies outside the Capitol building. But he said don't go in, but they're not. They don't care.
Right. Well, they're not doing it to necessarily random people. The guy was at Jan 6. That's why and the woman, they thought she was at Jan 6.
It'll be the people with the wrong political
No, but
opinion.
they have.
It's not going to be random.
They have done random stuff. I believe.
Not random.
I don't know. They have not gone after
targeted.
random people.
It's always politically motivated. There's always people with the wrong political opinion, so it's not random.
No, right.
So if you have
but I think he's saying people who weren't at January 6th.
Correct.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
I have heard that they have gone to people's homes that weren't even at Jan 6, and that's to your point. What if I did a podcast 2 years ago and I said, yeah, I really don't care what happened on January 6th. Sure, it was fine. They can just come to you and come knock on your door and say, hey, because you agreed with what happened on J6, we're taking you in.
Well, I think more likely they're going to go to the individuals that pre-January 6th who were telling people to go there. And there are a lot of quotes that I won't say, but there were people who were advocating for direct action at the Capitol on these, now these people were never there.
Right.
But they're going to say that they were inciting insurrection. More importantly, there are high-profile personalities who were in direct communication with Trump and his legal team, and then went on TV or YouTube or whatever and said, either as guests or hosts, this is the plan, this is what they're doing, it's totally legal, and everyone should support them for it. They're going to say that person was part of the conspiracy. Trump told them we need to build support, use your platform to encourage everyone to help us, and they're going to say it was a conspiracy.
There might be people that wanted a march on the Capitol and a siege of the Capitol and then a prevention of the legal process. There might be people that did that, but a lot of those people were just there, and that emergent phenomenon of mob mentality took over. A lot of people were waved in by cops. I've heard
cops were taking selfies with people.
Yeah, it wasn't like everyone went there to overthrow the government. That's not what happened. A lot of people got wrapped up in this. And I don't even know if Donald Trump wanted to overthrow the government. I don't know.
This is the point.
Sorry, no,
Anthony,
I don't think he did.
If they're willing to go after some 60-year-old dude who walked around outside and didn't even go in the building, there are people who are criminally charged who never entered the building, but they were on the grounds, and that's good enough. If they're going to go after them,
they went
to the extent where they went to a woman's house in Alaska and she wasn't even in the building and raided her home.
Well, she was actually in Washington, though, right?
She was in Washington at like Trump's at the Trump speech or whatever, but she never went in the Capitol building. She looked like someone because she had like a similar coat, so they raided her house.
Well, there's people that were saying that there were hot dog vendors there, like there were people that were playing music. They went for people that were on the outskirts of all of this that was going on. Like if you were in a picture, oh yeah, we know that we see that person. We're gonna go ahead and you're arrested. We're closing your bank account down. We're doing this, doing that, locking you up. Whatever they did to him, I have no idea. I wasn't there, but I will say this: as an influencer online, was I asked by followers, "Hey, are you going to go?" I didn't think it was going to go that way. I thought it was going to go like a totally different way, where like we were going to get hurt because people didn't like Trump supporters. So I was like, I'm good on this one. I would recommend you guys don't go, right? Because maybe we'll get hurt. But they could go after all the little guys like myself at the time that might have been like, go there. Let's go there. Let's. It's just crazy.
I think it's going to be bigger personalities because as we move into 2024, their goal is to silence anyone who would provide public support for Trump.
Yeah.
So first they go for his legal team. Anybody who helped him. Many of the J6ers can't get lawyers.
Right.
Then they're going to target moderate to large personalities who are in the Trump periphery, who are advocating for and supporting Trump's presidency because they want to hurt that. They want people to fear supporting Trump.
Fear.
And there are a lot of people who used to be the most ardent Trump supporters who turned on a dime and are now saying Trump's a grifter and a con man and DeSantis is the light in the way. And I just think that's very, very funny because I think these people posted YouTube videos, where they were very, very on board with Trump. And now all of a sudden they're panicking. Right. I think they started to get scared.
Interesting.
I've heard there's background talk, and I try to avoid saying stuff like this, but I'm sure most of you who are listening have heard something to this effect, that people believe Ron DeSantis is a deep state plant. And it's a little bit of an exaggeration. Donald Trump supported Ron DeSantis, so whatever. But there are people who believe that DeSantis is supported by deep state elements, by these uniparty fundraisers, so that he can be the safe landing for Trump supporters, an off-ramp for them. They want total control. The uniparty will take control. Donald Trump is anomalous. How do you get people to stop supporting Trump and support someone who's your controlled opposition? Ron DeSantis does all the culture war stuff right. Florida looks really good. But then when Trump comes back, Ron can't manage the campaign and then he fumbles. But there are a lot of people who believe that. And again, I'm not saying that's true. I'm saying that when you like backdoor private conversations with people involved in politics, their attitude is you see the people who begin funding Ron DeSantis, and it looks like they're hoping he can be more controllable than Trump, and Trump supporters will back him.
Well, the only way you're going to get a Trump supporter to not support Trump is do all this other stuff that we're talking about to him. Because then you won't have a choice if he's not on the ticket, right? So then you're going to go, then by default, then you would go for someone like DeSantis. Trump isn't going to lose his current supporters. He never will. Nothing. He can skin a cat online and people will have excuses for why he did that. And they're still going to vote for him. His base is strong, in my opinion.
There are.
And the only way you're going to get those, but the only way you're going to get, I love him. Like, I love what he did for the country. So for me, I never wavered from that. I'm a Floridian, so I think Ron DeSantis needs to fix what Hurricane Ian did to us last year before he starts running around the country doing all this presidential stuff. But you have to get rid of Trump somehow in order for his supporters to not have him to vote for.
There are instances of people that are like, well, Vivek's younger, smarter, faster, and he wants to continue what some of the policies Trump was doing. I'm going with the younger, smarter candidate. There are some people, I think you're right for the most part.
Yeah.
The people that are emotionally invested in a human tend to stay emotionally invested in the human. I personally serve a function. I serve the function of president, and I don't care what person it is at the moment. I want the best candidate.
Right. Policy.
Policy,
Both
personality,
policy.
temperament, policy, things like that. Temperament's a big part of it.
Yeah.
The big part of where Trump's misgivings is that people don't like him, that he's alienated and insulted so many people that behind the scenes are like, yo, get rid of that guy. He's an asshole. Like, we don't want... That's the same thing what happened to Socrates. I'm not going to bring up Socrates all night, but that's the same thing. Socrates, brilliant man, poor social skills, pissed off too many people in high up positions.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.